Across the sun-scorched Kenyan savanna, a low-slung form emerges, its every step a defiance, a creature that fears neither heaven nor earth. Before a pack of African wild dogs, driven by bloodlust, it does not yield. It holds its ground, a singular will against the many. Confronted by a leopard's challenge, it remains unperturbed. Its sheer tenacity forces the hunter to reconsider the cost of conflict. A hide like armor, a will of steel, these are the honey badger's ultimate weapons. In a world where the balance of power shifts with the wind, it moves to a rhythm all its own, a solitary traveler on a singular honey badger, the grittiest warrior of the animal kingdom. Across the parched and perilous grasslands of Kenya, where a moment's lapse can turn you into a lion's meal, a hyena's dessert, or a leopard's plaything. Amidst this relentless arena, the honey badger emerges as a legendary warrior. Bearing the scientific name Mellivora capensis, it stands as living proof that grit, fearlessness, and audacity are all one needs to become a legend. With its stout body, short legs, and seemingly ponderous gait, the honey badger appears a misfit on the savanna. But do not let that appearance deceive you. Beneath that somewhat ungainly exterior lies a formidable biological armor. Its skin, up to a quarter-inch thick, is incredibly loose and virtually impervious to lion fangs, porcupine quills, leopard claws, or even the deadly venom of a cobra. Even when clamped in a predator's jaws, it can twist within its own skin with extraordinary agility to bite back. The honey badger is a master of solitary survival. No allies, no pack, no support system. Only an unyielding attitude and an unshakable courage. Each day, it journeys 6 to 12 miles, traversing every terrain from sand and rock to rivers, all in relentless pursuit of food. Its diet would astonish any gourmet chef: mice, lizards, bird eggs, insects, larvae, and even the most venomous snakes. It is one of the few creatures that can calmly feast on honey and bee larvae, even as it is assailed by hundreds of African honey bees, the world's most aggressive bees. It neither evades nor swats them away. It simply chews through the honeycomb, licking the wax and devouring the larvae as if at an unlimited buffet. But what truly underpins the honey badger's global renown is its astounding ability to survive venomous snake bites. It is a remarkable truth that seems to defy all skepticism. Whether from a king cobra, a puff adder, or a crate, their venom appears to have little effect. If rendered unconscious by venom, it is merely a brief, restorative sleep lasting about 15 minutes. Then, it awakens and continues the fight, often to consume the very snake that bit it. The secret to its survival seems to lie deep within its bloodstream, an ancient alchemy capable of transforming the most lethal venom into a minor inconvenience. It becomes incredibly ferocious if disturbed. Even a leopard hesitates before attacking, for once a confrontation begins, it will be brutal, chaotic, and intense. Even lion cubs are taught to give this troublesome uncle a wide berth. Even as a mother, the honey badger retains its wild spirit. After an intense mating season, the female will dig a burrow and give birth to 1 to 3. For many months, she alone imparts essential survival skills to her offspring. How to dig, how to confront a snake, and how to open a beehive without getting stung in the eye. After about a year, the young have become miniature versions of their resilient mother, ready to face the savannah alone as tiny warriors. And so, the cycle of tenacity continues. In a world where mercy is a foreign concept and nature operates by the law of tooth and claw, the honey badger stands as a symbol of defiance, courage, and extraordinary resilience forged over thousands of generations. On the sun-drenched plains, where wind whispers through grass and light flows like amber, another story unfolds. Not the roar of a lion or the tread of an elephant, but the silent motion of dappled shadows, the African painted wolves. They advance like tireless explorers, white-tail tips flashing amidst the tall grasses, eyes locked on the horizon. Their bodies are crafted for endurance, long legs, lean muscles, compact paws. Broad chests house tireless hearts, pumping blood steadily through endless stretches. Ears erect like antennae, catching every whisper on the wind. But their coats are a mosaic of gold, black, brown, and white. No two individuals are ever alike. Their true strength lies in the society they forge, an extended family where everyone has a role. At its heart is the calm alpha pair, often the only ones to breed, maintaining the pack's rhythm. The remaining members, though not always blood-related, hunt together, eat together, and raise young together. Greeting rituals, headbutts, and gentle licks strengthen their unbreakable bonds. And there is a language few would expect, the sneeze. In the early morning, the pack gathers like a dappled cloud. One individual lets out a short sneeze, ears prick up. The rhythm of sneezes builds, like silent votes cast, signaling the start of the hunt. When the invisible tally crosses a threshold, the entire pack flows away like a smooth current. The wind shifts, carrying the sweet scent of an impala herd beneath the acacia tree. Moist noses twitch, ears swivel, gazes narrow into sharp lines. Painted wolves do not gamble on a sudden, flashy pounce. They invest in sustained effort and coordination. An invisible net unfolds, steadily tightening escape routes, switching roles in a wordless dance. When one individual tires, another takes its place. The pressure is relentless. Finally, only a lunge remains. The end arrives in silence. No need for celebration. Order manifests like an ancient rite. The pups eat first, then the adults. No squabbling, no snatching, for fairness has become an ingrained custom. After the meal, some lie cleaning away bloodstains. Others patrol the periphery, ears like compasses pointing towards potential risks. If meat remains, they regurgitate it for those waiting at the den, a warm bridge connecting today's victory to tomorrow's growth. Here, sharing is not kindness, it is the discipline of nature. There is one season that slows this intricate machine, pup season. When the alpha female is due to give birth, the hunting range shrinks around a fauna rodent burrow. Litters can number up to 16, a miracle requiring the entire community to nurture. For the first few weeks, the mother rarely leaves the den. Food arrives in the stomachs of other pack members, regurgitated as meat. Around 3 weeks, tiny heads emerge from the darkness, blinking at the dazzling sky. For 4 weeks, they learn through play, chasing, wrestling, mock snatching, and biting without causing harm. At 8 weeks, they venture out more. By 10 to 12 weeks, mother's milk becomes a memory, fresh meat their main sustenance. By 11 to 14 months, some individuals reach a threshold, bringing down small prey on their own, judging distances and knowing when to halt. Even so, the pack remains a mobile home offering protection until their skills are fully honed, like armor. But this symphony of cooperation is not the only music played on this savanna. Elsewhere, a very different rhythm echoes, the solitary beat of a lone traveler. It is a honey badger. Low-slung, long, clad in contrasting black and white, it moves with uncompromising will. Its survival strategy is independence, digging out rodents, scouting thickets, and ambushing suitable prey with swift strikes. Today, it has centered a small beehive in a rotting log. It is unaware that a pack of painted wolves is patrolling nearby. One wolf suddenly lifts its head, ears converging towards the honey badger. Immediately, the entire pack focuses on the intruder. The honey badger spots the painted wolves, but shows no fear, enjoying its honey while baring its teeth in a defiant warning. A few heartbeats later, the wild dog pack encircles the honey badger. But a honey badger seldom retreats. It stands its ground, courageously confronting the pack. The pack has the advantage of numbers, an asset the solitary badger lacks. They press the attack from all sides in a blur of relentless motion. The honey badger twists and turns, a dervish of defiance. Its famously thick, loose skin can withstand the onslaught of biting jaws. But it knows it cannot fend off the entire pack indefinitely. The honey badger makes the prudent choice to withdraw. The pack halts at the edge, their pursuit concluded, granting the badger its life. Was the boundary, the territory, not total victory. The territory secured, bellies full. That is enough for the long day drawing to a close. There are no absolute victors, only strategies that fit the circumstances. The painted wolves win through cooperation, voting, with sneezes, feeding the young first, rotating guard duty, and hunting with endurance. The honey badger wins through solitude, reading the scent of the earth, ambushing, then retreating, teaching with quiet persistence. On the vast plains of Africa, where sunlight dyes the sea of grass, gold and life unfolds in an eternal dance, a story of two utterly different warriors is about to begin. This is a land of unending struggle, where every creature is bestowed by nature with a unique toolkit for survival, and where the line between hunter and hunted is always astonishingly thin. Here, on the same fiery stage, one predator reigns supreme with an ultimate weapon, pure speed. The cheetah, a masterpiece of evolution, is the fastest land animal on the planet. Its entire body is a biological machine designed for extraordinary bursts of acceleration. In just a few short seconds, it can reach speeds exceeding 70 miles per hour, an acceleration capability that even supercars would envy. This power comes from rippling muscles, an exceptionally flexible spine that acts like a spring, and a slender aerodynamic physique. Unlike most other felines, its claws do not fully retract. They dig into the ground like a sprinter's spikes, providing perfect traction during high-speed turns. Its pale yellow coat with nearly 2,000 round black spots is an almost perfect camouflage cloak amidst the dry grasslands. And perhaps the most striking identifying feature is the black streaks running from the corners of its eyes to its mouth, often called tear marks. They are not a sign of sadness, but an ingenious adaptation, helping to reduce the glare of the sun and enhance its razor-sharp focus during a chase. Unlike the social lion, the cheetah is the embodiment of individualism. Females live a solitary life, shouldering the heavy responsibility of raising their cubs alone. Amidst the vast African savanna, a slender mother undertakes this mission. Her offspring are born tiny, vulnerable, eyes still closed, and the first weeks are a lesson in the art of concealment. The mother must constantly move them, every few days, from one thorny bush to another earthen den, a nomadic strategy to erase tracks and scents that might attract larger predators like lions or hyenas. As the cubs grow a little stronger, they begin to follow their mother, tasting their first morsel. The mother's lessons unfold in silence, but with urgent intensity. Always stay downwind, read every movement, and most importantly, eat very quickly before stronger predators arrive to steal the kill. The survival rate for cheetah cubs is grim, but those who endure carry their mother's legacy, speed, restraint, and an extraordinary instinct for survival. And so, fate has orchestrated an unlikely confrontation on this day. As it journeys, the leopard chances upon a creature with a tail like a brush. It is a honey badger, a small animal, yet renowned throughout Africa for its audacity. The leopard shadows the honey badger, anticipating the opportune moment to strike. Seconds later, they clash, micing and hopping, blazing. The honey badger, showing no fear, relentlessly counters with bite after bite. The leopard answers with powerful swats of its paws. The leopard holds the advantage in strength and speed, but the honey badger possesses the ultimate defense, its ultimate defense. All, or someday, it will leave it. After a furious struggle, the leopard pauses, allowing the honey badger to escape. The swift predator understands that, despite its superior size, this battle is not worth the risk of injuries. From the sun-baked plains of Kenya, our journey ascends, soaring above the clouds to the rooftop of Africa. This is the Ethiopian highlands, an ancient world forged by fire and ice, a land of precipitous peaks and vast ravines. On the Bale Plateau, a wolf lowers itself, hunting silently with extreme caution. Meanwhile, on the sheer cliffs, a group of Galada monkeys fiercely battles for territory. In the Ethiopian jungle, a mother rhinoceros has fallen after a fight with a rival, leaving her calf abandoned and lost in the perilous forest. Life and death here are fragile, and every species must fight to survive. A wolf awakens to forage early, traversing mountains and plains. It sniffs, pricking its ears, listening to every sound carried by the wind. Suddenly, it stops. It has detected a mole rat digging for roots. It moves silently closer and pounces, but the mole rat swiftly retreats into its burrow. Golden sunlight still stretches across the green savanna and over the cliffs. And on one such cliff, a troop of gelada monkeys makes its home. Perhaps no creature exemplifies this more clearly than a unique primate, the gelada monkey. Over millennia, they have adapted to do one thing no other primate can. They subsist almost entirely on grass. Their troops, sometimes numbering in the hundreds, move across the alpine grasslands like herds of grazing livestock. Their thick fur, like a heavy cloak, protects them from the biting cold of the night at this altitude. The bare patch of vivid red skin on their chest earned them the nickname Bleeding Heart Monkey. In an alpha male, it is an unmistakable symbol of his status and power. Its vibrant color is a declaration of his dominance over this small family. Power in the natural world rarely lasts forever, and a challenge can come from anywhere. At the edge of the troop, a young male observes, awaiting an opportunity to overthrow the alpha. He is smaller, but his body is taut with strength and ambition. His gaze never leaves the alpha, waiting for a sign of weakness, a moment to act. He yearns for a family of his own, and to achieve that, he must confront the dominant male. Tension builds, and an ancient drama is about to unfold. For these gelada monkeys, the future of an entire lineage could be decided in a single battle. But these high grasslands do not belong solely to primates. They are the domain of a giant, the black rhinoceros. Over a ton of primal power, encased in skin as thick as armor forged by time. Every fold and scar tells a story of survival. The horn growing directly on its nose is its formidable weapon. That weapon is not bone, but made of keratin, the same material as our fingernails. Yet, this formidable defensive weapon has become its greatest curse. Despite its heavy appearance, it can move with astonishing agility. A sudden rage, charging with the speed of a racehorse. To survive, They must not only fight other species, but also their own kind to claim territory and lush green pastures. The rhinoceros now faces an even more terrifying predator. A predator that does not adhere to the ancient rules of the struggle for survival. A predator that hunts without hunger and kills without necessity. From afar, a lurking threat, driven not by hunger but by greed. The rhinoceros's horn, a symbol of its strength, is worth more than gold on the black market. To poachers, it is not a living creature, but a prize. For centuries, the ancestors of the rhinoceros roamed this continent. Now, they have been pushed to the brink. An unequal fight, a battle the rhinoceros is losing. But today, the story will take a different turn. Help has arrived. The rangers, the silent guardians of this wilderness, have intervened. The poachers flee into the darkness, leaving behind a temporary peace. It has been saved, but it remains unaware of its fragile life. It continues its existence, a survivor in an increasingly shrinking world. Its story is the story of its entire species, a desperate struggle against the shadow of extinction. Future, like that of countless other creatures, now hangs precariously, not by the laws of nature, but by the choices of our human species. And deep within Africa's dense rainforests, another primate impresses, not with size, but with color. It is the mandrill, perhaps the most vividly colored primate of all. Its fame stems from a face unlike anything else. Adult males possess a brilliant red face, flanked by vibrant blue ridges on their cheeks. It lends them an imposing appearance. Coloration is not merely a random arrangement of nature. It is a clear indicator of health and social status. The more colorful a male, the more likely he is to attract females and assert his dominance. They are also the largest monkeys, with males potentially weighing up to 90 pounds, nearly twice the size of females. And they are equipped with incredibly powerful jaws, featuring canines that can grow up to 2.5 inches long. Are an astonishing size, comparable to the fangs of a lion. They are used for self-defense against enemies, and more importantly, for battling other males to secure dominance. But, despite this aggressive appearance, mandrills are actually omnivores. Their diet primarily consists of fruits, seeds, and roots. Occasionally, they supplement it with insects or small animals. They live in large groups, sometimes numbering in the hundreds of individuals. These enormous collectives are further organized into smaller family units. Each group typically has one dominant male controlling several females. This structure makes mandrills one of the most socially complex primate species. Beyond their striking appearance, they also communicate with each other in various ways. From low grunts to body language, such as grimacing or thigh slapping. Color, strength, and social intelligence. All combine to make this monkey one of the most unique and mysterious creatures of the African jungle.